Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, and in today's episode, I'll be getting to know Nkiru Asika, who's an online marketing strategist and international speaker with a background as an award-winning journalist and TV producer. So, Nkiru, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
Thanks very much, Tom. Nice to be here. And hello to all Tom's peeps.
Excellent, appreciate you being here. And just out of interest, whereabouts in the world are you right now?
I am in the beautiful city of Toronto that I haven't had a chance to see much of in the last year because we've
I
been
bet.
on forever lockdown. But I'm in Toronto, Canada.
Incredible. Thank you so much. And just let me now share a little bit more about you before we do get started. So,
Mhm.
Inkira is the founder of Women Building Authority, which is an online platform supporting female entrepreneurs to get seen, get heard, and get paid. In addition, she represents Rethink Press, which helps entrepreneurs plan, write, and publish their books. The title for today's episode is How to Stand Out in Your Market Without Spending All Your Time Marketing. And Inkiru is going to show us how to do that in just 7 minutes. So, question number one today is who are your ideal clients?
My ideal clients really are, women, typically coaches, consultants, expert service providers, a woman whose business involves selling her knowledge or her advice or expertise, which means she's really selling herself.
Mhm.
And she may be new to building her business online, but she's not new to business, so to
Yeah.
speak. And typically, I'd say most of the women are over 40,
Mhm.
so they're sort of thinking about legacy. They're thinking about impact, as much as making money,
Yeah.
and they want to develop they want to stop hustling,
Got it.
right? They want to build a business that's sustainable, that aligns with who they are. So
Yeah.
that's my person.
Excellent. Fantastic. And what would you say is the biggest challenge that they typically face?
The biggest challenge I would say is that it's just so competitive online right now. I
Mhm.
mean, especially since the pandemic, it's like the whole world just woke up and realized that, my God, if I can't sell online, I'm,
Yeah.
up the creek without a paddle, basically.
Yeah.
So it's really noisy. So people, my clients, my market, they're feeling invisible. They're feeling like, the best kept secret. They're putting stuff out and nothing's happening. They're wondering, how do I grow my email list? How do I build my audience? How do I get heard? How do I get anyone to notice me? Um, so that's
Yeah.
that's the biggest challenge that they face.
I love that being the world's best kept secret. That's not a good place to be nowadays. So if
No,
if one of your clients is the world's best kept secret, what impact do you think
right.
that has on either them or their business?
Well, it affects their business, and it affects their morale. I mean, the truth is, if you're not visible and you're struggling to be visible online, that means you're going to struggle to sell.
Yeah.
And then when you struggle to sell, it kind of makes you want to hide away.
Hmm.
So it ends up being a sort of vicious, cycle, and it's demoralizing. A lot of people, you're putting out, you're spending time writing blog posts and doing social media, and it's as if like nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like you put out stuff, nobody reads it. Your email list is not growing. So it's quite demoralizing,
Mhm.
and yeah, it could actually kill not just your business but also your passion for the business.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I see happen.
So I think a lot of people are struggling with this right now. So what is the one piece of advice that you might give somebody to help them get started?
Yeah, I think the advice I have, which may sound sort of counterintuitive in a way, especially if you are someone who is, like I said, selling your advice or knowledge, your advice or knowledge based business,
Mhm.
you need to stop marketing so much.
Yeah.
I think that's where people they just get caught up, right? Focus on building building your brand authority specifically. Frank Kern, who's like one of the biggest online marketing legends, he said a quote that I really firmly believe in, which is that positioning yourself as an authority is the single most important thing you can do to raise your perceived value in your market. So if you think about that, like what does it mean to raise your perceived value? It means, you'll get more clients more easily. You'll get better quality clients. You'll get better opportunities. You'll get people wanting to partner with you. You'll get people wanting to invite you onto their platforms, right? Without you getting like driving yourself insane almost, trying to market all the time, because you did not start your business because you wanted to be an internet marketer.
No.
You want to serve your clients. So
Yeah.
focus on building your like a credible and memorable brand and raising your visibility, establishing your credibility. That is all what building authority is about. Right. Before you get into tactics.
Yeah. Okay, so before somebody goes off and starts, doing lots of different things to build their brand, what's the first thing they should do when it comes to brand building?
The first thing really is, I would say start with you.
Yeah.
Like lean into who you are, your mission, your vision, your values, your strengths. Because in the end, you are the X factor in your business. You are the greatest differentiator, out there. You are your greatest unique selling proposition. But a lot of people sort of don't want to bring out who they are. They think that they're trying to be corporate almost. Yeah. And actually, the advantage you have as a solopreneur, as a small business person, is that you can show your personality. You can share your why. You can share your weird. You can attract people to you just for who you are, and that's the sort of first base of your brand. The second would be who you serve. Getting really clear about who you serve, and then your message. What is the message that you're really trying to get across? Not to everybody, but to those perfect people who you've already identified.
Yeah, perfect. Love that. And that's this thing about not being authentic and trying to fit in. A quote that I live by is, why try to fit in when you were born to stand out?
Exactly. I love that. Yeah.
Really important to try and make yourself stand out in your market. So next question from me then, if somebody does want to build their brand, stand out in their market, what is one valuable resource or piece of content that you can share to help people get started?
Sure. Well, I've got a little gift to get today that should be useful. It's a free report called 23 Quick and Easy Ways to Instantly Boost Your Brand Authority.
Nice.
And essentially, building authority takes time. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint, but there are certain things you can do in like an hour or less that will just sort of give you that momentum and enhance your profile. So that's what I've put in this report. So I think, I should find it quite useful.
Excellent. I've got the link here, which is bit.ly/23 quick ways. And I'll put that link into the show notes below this episode.
Great.
Excellent. So one more question for you is, what would you say is your greatest either mistake or failure that you've made along the way? And what did you learn from it?
Well, I mean, I guess you're talking about business, because if we were talking about life, we'd be here for like another hour, I think. But in terms of business, I think I've made, the mistakes everybody else has made. And especially with what I was talking about before in getting sucked into the marketing like hellhole.
Yeah.
When I first started trying to do business online, I know I was chasing every shiny new object. I was like obsessed with, which, should I be Messenger? Should I be, is it webinars? You're looking for like that thing that's going to crack it.
Yeah.
That like silver bullet. And you're listening to 50 million gurus. At least that's what I was, and it's just ends up being overwhelming, and I wasn't getting anywhere. And so I finally realized that, hold on, first of all, stop. Secondly, I do actually have some wisdom within myself, because sometimes you sort of give all your power to other people somehow. And then I began to understand the power of authority, the power of, being clear about your brand, being clear about who you are, bringing out who you are, being clear about who you serve, and being clear about, the way you want to do business, the way you want to market, that is aligned with you and is not necessarily what guru A or guru B is telling you to do.
Love it. Yeah. Thank you so much for that one. And one final question is, what is the one question that I should have asked you that will also bring some great value to our audience today?
I think you could have asked maybe what is the easiest way to like
Yes.
effectively build your authority?
Let's go for
And
that one.
I would say, yeah, I would say, especially if you're a coach or you're a consultant, anything like that, there is a way that you work with people, right? So, but you may not have thought about it. So the easiest way to really establish your authority and sort of put yourself in a category of one is to document your process, document the way in which you work with people. Think about what is it you do to take your client from point A to point B to the transformation, and package it, brand it, give it a name.
Yeah.
That is your signature framework. That's your unique methodology. And that is the way that only you do this thing. So you kind of effectively eliminate your competition. They may be in the same market, but they don't have your, I don't know, Tom Bailey
Mm-hmm.
perspective, right?
Yeah.
So it's a very sort of easy but powerful way to just make yourself stand out and give yourself like instant authority and credibility. Um, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
I would definitely say that.
excellent. And to help you move away from charging by the hour as well.
Yeah,
That's always a good one.
always good.
Yeah. Nkiru, thank you again so much for being here today. I really appreciate you coming along and sharing such great value with our audience.
Thanks so much, Tom. I appreciate it.